So, good morning, everyone. My name is Phyllis Anderson, and I am a registered nurse of over 21 years in the emergency room. I have been using Plexus products for almost 3 years. Actually, June 1st makes 3 years for me. And I'm excited to share with you today some of the little things that it helped me with when I started. And then you're going to hear from some other people as well. And then we definitely want to have some time for any kind of questions and answers. So from anybody tuning in live here today. All right. So in 2017, I was suffering some things that I went to my gynecologist hoping I could get some help with. And I was like, gosh darn it, I think I'm going to have to be put on hormones because, some things were happening. And I just was relating it to my changes that were occurring at that time in my life. So I was having hot flashes, brain fog, anxiety, depression. These things, again, were not me. Some unexplained weight gain, even though I was running like 35 plus miles a week, cross training at the gym, was having horrible sugar cravings. I needed sugar every meal of the day. And I'd always be thinking while I'm eating food, like, what is the sugar of choice? Like, what am I going to go dig out of that pantry? I had chronic urinary tract infections, sinus infections, seasonal allergies, canker sores monthly, migraines, which I just thought was from running. My son had cystic acne, and my husband had some really horrible athlete's foot from wearing station boots all day long. He's a fireman, paramedic. Well, was a paramedic. Now he's an engineer. Works with Egan, who's here on the call. And anyway, all those things in our life. So it's kind of cool. I started the products at first, started to watch my sugar cravings go away within 4 days. I did not crave sugar. That is like telling a smoker you're going to quit smoking tomorrow. And that just, the struggle. And I always said if I could just quit eating sugar, I would be a skinny little thing because that's how much I love my sugar. That's true. I lost 20 pounds over 6 months by just not craving and eating all that stuff. And it was weird. I didn't even want it. Like I could walk right past it and not feel my brain, say, go get you some of that, girl. So my anxiety, depression, it turns out your gut is responsible 90% for your serotonin secretion. So no wonder when we talk about plexus, we talk about gut health. So getting my gut back in balance helped to improve that, the mental health, right? The brain health component, and also helped me lose that weight because again, your metabolism, your gut's responsible for that too. Obviously not craving the sugars and things, getting that yeast back into balance and a healthy balance. And then just cleaning and scrubbing the lining of everything pink and shiny is how I don't have those infections anymore. And so I just thought that was a normal aging process. And thankfully, through plexus, that is not the case. So that's just briefly a little bit about me. I'll probably try to trickle some things in as I talk about products down the road. But I really want you guys to hear from Egan and Rachel, and then Barbie's going to share a little bit too about our health testimonies and some of the products we love and how we got started and how they helped us along. So I'll turn over to you, Egan.
All right, thanks, Phyllis. So my name is Egan. I'm 39 years old, and like Phyllis said, I'm a firefighter paramedic, and been in that line of work for close to 20 years. It's gone by very fast. So anyways, I have a wife who's on this call actually as well, and we have 2 kids and another one on the way too. So life's a little hectic, but it's all good. So anyways, my health story was started back up, I really didn't have any kind of health problems before. I had maybe some seasonal allergies, especially this time of year, especially where I live. Pollens would come up and I'd have to take some over-the-counter things. So that was pretty much all I ever had. So all that changed for me pretty much in an instant. So my son and I were actually hit by a car. We were in a patio and a car ended up driving right through us. My son went one way, I went the other, and in a brief moment of time, I couldn't find him. So he was underneath some debris. I reached down to pick him up and he was not moving. In that instant, you're thinking every parent's worst nightmare. I picked him up, he starts crying right away. So long story short with that is we ended up just being released from the hospital later that day with just bumps and bruises. But what that did was that triggered PTSD in me, and that triggered my autoimmune condition. But that was years and years in the making. So but that was the trigger of it all. So within 1 week after the accident, I thought I had broken my toes. Rachel might even remember too. Both my middle toes looked like they were swollen, and I thought they were broken. And I thought I missed something in the accident. Went to the doctor, they didn't find anything. But that was my first sign of psoriatic arthritis. So then that began a lot of joint pain. So I started having like plantar fasciitis, hip pain, back pain. I went to different doctors, chiropractors, orthopedics. I went to UCLA twice, almost was going to have hip surgery. And so I had all this happen kind of in an instant. I really didn't have any problems. And then, for about 2 years, it was just doctor after doctor and joint pain, and I couldn't walk or hold my child on some days. And then after that fun stuff coincided with it, it was my skin stuff. So then I started having, I thought it was dandruff, but it was really red, itchy, and inflamed. And it was my first sign of psoriasis. So I went to more dermatologists and got steroid creams, and they would work for a brief time, but then it would come right back. So putting this all together, it kind of led me to figure out that I had psoriatic arthritis and psoriasis. Everything pointed in that direction, and I would talk to other doctors, and they would kind of dismiss me, even though it was a family history of it as well. My brother has it as well. It was just kind of dismissed. But I didn't want to take that for an answer, because I knew something was wrong with me inside, and it all stemmed from this accident. But no one would put it together to me, except for I found a doctor who finally did for me. But what it did is it ignited a fire in me to find kind of true healing. And I found that through gut health. So I didn't know anything about gut health until I started having these symptoms and having a need to do that for my family. So I discovered gut health. Read lots of books, articles, podcasts, you name it. I was all over it. And so I started my own healing path. Along the way, I saw this little face over here, Phyllis Anderson, posting about some pink drink that I thought it was a weight loss thing. It's called Slim. I'm like, oh, pink drink. And then I told Craig, I'm like, oh, what's your wife peddling, some weight loss gimmick or something? And he's like, I don't know what it is. And so that was in the beginning. So, and then a few months later, she comes to the station and talks to us and presents the products. And she says, it's about gut health. I'm like, really? I'm like, I had no idea about those products, but I know about gut health. So like, what do you got? So she lined me out about the triplex, was kind of that base for overall gut health. And that's what I started with, and I'll talk about that in a minute. So anyways, I gave it a shot because I tried lots of other supplements and probiotics. I bought the really expensive ones from New Frontiers, Whole Foods, you name it. I thought the more expensive and the more CFUs, the better, but I didn't feel anything. So I was at a loss. So I wanted to find something that truly worked for me. So I did it. Phyllis coached me through it, especially the first couple months. And so within 2 to 3 months is when I started noticing something too. And Phyllis coached me along with that, saying that, hey, gut health takes time. I'm like, well, it took me, 4 years to get here. I'm assuming it's going to take a little bit of time to get through it. So after about 3 months, I noticed my skin started healing. It started receding a little bit. I had red all the way like circumferential around my head. And it obviously was horrible. And it just started healing, which was the first sign that I noticed that something's working in here. I started having better sleep at night. I used to have anxiety that I didn't even know I had. I thought it was normal to toss and turn at night, just thinking about things for the next day, but that was anxiety. That stuff started going away. I started sleeping through the night and waking up refreshed, not having the brain fog. Anyone who has autoimmune conditions knows about the brain fog. You can't trouble focusing and remembering things. And so that kind of started going away. Better energy, my workouts, I was able to work out like really good again, not have that soreness, not have the joint pain. And so just getting my life back. So it's totally given me my life back. And like I said, I've tried so many other things along the way, and I finally found something that's worked for me. So in regards to why I think it's worked for me is that the triplex, and then just Plexus in general, is a gut health focused company, and it kind of puts a lot of things together in a simple package. And so the triplex I'll talk about is, so in our guts, about 70 to 80% of our immune system. It's also kind of ground zero for our hormones, our insulin, which is our master hormone, which controls all the other one, including your thyroid. So that's kind of what the gut focuses on, is that epicenter for our overall health. So BioCleanse. So BioCleanse is an oxygenated form of magnesium supplement. Think of it like kind of the trash remover. So that goes in there and takes out the bad toxins in it. It also has vitamin C in it, which we all know is for good overall immune health. And actually 50% of the US population is magnesium deficient. And one thing that a lot of people take, especially older population, takes vitamin D supplement for their bones, but without magnesium, it's completely ineffective. If you don't have magnesium in your system, vitamin D is totally ineffective. So it creates that alkaline environment. It helps, it's kind of that trash mover. It takes out all that bad stuff. And it's called cleanse, but don't think of it like a running to the bathroom cleanse. It's a very gentle thing, and it just kind of helps to move things along. So second up is our ProBio 5. So ProBio 5 is our probiotic. It's a freeze-dried probiotic, so you don't need to refrigerate it. And that's better because a lot of the refrigerated ones have a really high CFU count, which is the amount of basically the quantity of the bacteria that's in there. And they have to be super high because as soon as it hits the air, it starts dying. So that's what ours does not. It's designed to go where it's supposed to go in your intestines. So it's actually a 3-in-1. So it's not just a probiotic. It's also a probiotic, digestive enzyme, and also an antifungal in it. So it hits all those aspects of it. So when we talk about leaky gut, what I have, autoimmune conditions, is what's called candida overgrowth. We have some candida. We want a little bit. We don't want a lot. So we're pretty much flip-flop. We pretty much have most Americans have more bad bacteria than good bacteria. This helps kind of bring it back the other direction. So it contains that digestive enzyme chitosanase that actually breaks down that outer shell of that candida to help kind of bring that back into balance. So that's why it works so well. And not to mention in the grapeseed extract's an antifungal. And grapeseed extract's good for blood pressure, liver, kidney function, as well as a host of whole other things too. And just those 3 things in one, if you try to buy those separately, they're within about $10 to $20 each. Ours is about a third of the cost if you put those all together. Last up is the Slim, and that's what we call the pink drink. And that I love so there's 2 kinds. There's Hunger Control Slim, which basically has more fiber in it. And then there is the microbiome activating. That's the one that I take, and that's the one that contains prebiotics. So prebiotics are good to help fertilize our gut bacteria and to help grow the good bacteria. So we got a trash remover, we got the good bacteria, and then we got the fertilizer to put it all together for us. So it also contains chromium in it, which is good for stabilizing our insulin levels, which is our master hormone. And when you get those in line, a lot of your other hormones fall into place over time as well. Let's see, it also is called Slim, so it can support weight loss, but it's not, don't think of it as a weight loss thing because I'm not taking it for that. It's more about achieving that balance and keeping things stable. And if you need to gain weight, you gain weight. If you need to lose weight, you lose weight. Or if you just want to stay the same, it's right there. It's just all about achieving that balance to work with your body. So thank you.
Thanks, Egan. I love that he talks about the consistency and then the products. Yeah, these are potent little boogers is what we've got here. And that once you start to go through those changes, right, we've got years of having some fun lifestyles, eating the wrong foods, taking hormone replacement, steroids, antibiotics, all those things that cause that dysbiosis. It takes time to grow a beautiful gut garden, but also takes time to clean up. And when we're doing the cleanup, it exposes some pretty nasty things. And so like Egan, myself, and you'll hear from Barbie too, we were healthy people. People looked at us and said, you don't have to lose any weight. Why are you doing Plexus? You know, it wasn't about the weight loss. It's about getting our guts healthy again. And boy, howdy, did I have some die off. And so to be able to coach people through that stage, I tell people there's the unicorns and rainbows waiting on the other side. You just got to stick with it and be consistent. And then again, just that's what we're all here for, is a coach and sponsor to help you find your magic too. So I want to see if Rachel's available. Let me see her. Yeah, Rachel, are you?
I'm available. Yes.
Okay, cool. I'll let you share your story, and then we'll move on to. I'll let you introduce Barbie. How's that?
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm Rachel, 31 years old, married to Egan. As he had mentioned, we have Dalen, who's 9. We have Zoe, our daughter, who's 21 months. And then we have a baby on the way, another girl. I'm 5 months pregnant. So one thing I just right off the bat, one thing I love about these products is they are safe for whether it's baby, 1-year-old to 100 years old. Pregnant mamas, you name it, everybody can benefit from these products. Initially, Egan and I, we started this journey together. One thing I love also is having that accountability partner. As Phyllis shared, Egan, and then also myself and Barbie, we all have very different health stories, but we're taking the same stuff, right? We're all addressing the root cause, and that's what these products are about. So we started initially, I wanted something to help with my bloating, my digestive issues, something that could just make me feel like I had more energy without taking any energy, any caffeine. And so we watched Phyllis for a while share the products, and I was pleasantly surprised. Within a couple weeks of taking the products, I noticed right away my bloating had decreased. Literally, I looked like I was pregnant and needed a good deflate anytime I ate. Tummy sensitivities, digestive issues, all of that quickly went away within a few weeks to about a month taking the products. Also noticed my energy levels completely changed. I went from falling asleep on dates with Egan to having more energy. And now I am a mom of almost 3. And that's amazing to say, without taking any caffeine. So bloating, digestive issues. Also, let's talk about a little bit about sugar cravings for me too. I always ate very clean. I was a salad girl because I was hoping that would maybe move things along for me, which it didn't. but I still, similar to what you had said, Phyllis, I still had the inkling for those hot tamales, those gummy bears, like what's my next little sugar fix? Because I ate so good today, I deserve that. And that's something that I've noticed I've been much more controlled with Plexus. A couple months on the products, Egan and we became pregnant. So also one thing, the beautiful thing about these products is they help with your insulin levels. When your insulin levels are balanced, it helps, that's your master hormone. So that trickles down, can help with fertility. So we got pregnant pretty quick on the products, continued to take them throughout my entire pregnancy, had a very healthy pregnancy. While I still gained healthy weight, I gained 55 pounds during my pregnancy, and post-baby, I was able to lose that weight within 3 months. I feel like Plexus, or I know Plexus helped with that, whether it was reducing inflammation, helping with my cravings, and all the things that we had talked about earlier. I was able to lose that weight fairly quickly. Another thing I should mention was beautiful thing about pregnancy, you get that mask, right? That brown melasma mask, the brown patches. I also have been using Plexus's prebiotic skin serum. It's very clean, called Joyum, which I feel like I'm not a makeup person. I don't have time, run out of bed, put the hat on, right? It's quick, it's easy, and I feel like the Joyum has given my skin more of that glow and reduced and faded that melasma as well. So I can talk a little bit about what I take. Pregnancy, post-baby, I take the Triplex, the X Factor Plus, also take Vital Biome. Another thing I've always struggled with is high stress, anxiety, the tendency of just getting overwhelmed like most people. I take Vital Biome every day, and it kind of just chills you out. It does chill you out. I love it. So, and it does help with your digestive system as well. And then I've taken the MetaBurn. We take the lean shakes too. Those are big in our house, especially with kids and being on the go. We use those as a snack replacement, which are tasty and great. Yeah, I think that's, I don't know if I missed anything, but yeah, that's it.
Okay, so my sister-in-law Barbie is up next. Barbie is the one that got all this started. So I want her to share her story, and I'll just let you take it away, sis.
All right, well, thank you, you guys. Thanks for having me on here. My name's Barbie. Yes, so I started these products with Phyllis. I actually had been researching for several months before I actually signed up and started taking the products on my own. So just a little bit about me quickly is I live on Kauai. I am an ER nurse like Phyllis. I've worked in the ER for over 17 years, and I have been a lifelong athlete. I taught fitness classes, and I too was one that believed like nutrition and exercise were the key to health and to be healthy. And if you looked at me on the outside, you would think that I was a healthy person, although on the inside, I was struggling with mood issues. I always kid and say that like I exercised like crazy because I needed to burn my crazy. I just had a lot of unhealthy energy in me. And that would affect my mood as far as like being irritable and snapping at my husband, snapping at my kids. And I was always tired. Like I needed an afternoon Starbucks. Like that was my sugar caffeine pick me up. Literally probably 5, if not 7 days. But every day there was a Starbucks right next to my kids' school. So I literally would go to Starbucks and pick my kids up from school 5 days a week. And that is how I got through my afternoons. I needed that pick me up. I just thought being tired was normal, that, raising kids, working 12-hour shifts, adulting is exhausting. So I just thought this was normal. I also had GI issues, bloating. I could do planks all day and sit-ups all day, and I still couldn't get rid of that little pooge at the bottom. I also had some IBS. Frequently when I would eat, especially certain foods, it would go right through me. So those are kind of like my things that I had going on with my health. Brooke, who is a friend of mine, a coworker at the hospital, I work with her husband. He's one of our ER doctors, and she had been reaching out to me for over a year. I politely said no. I thought it was all about weight loss because like Slim, it's called Slim, right? I thought it was all about weight loss and I wasn't interested in it. However, I was studying for my personal trainer's license and started dabbling in nutrition a little bit more, and microbiome came up. And it's like one of those things where, when you buy a new car or a new outfit or something, and then all of a sudden you see that car everywhere. Like you never noticed that car before. And now that you have one, it's everywhere. That's how it became with microbiome. All of a sudden, everything I was reading, all these TED Talks, all these things I was doing was microbiome. So I started looking into it. There's thousands of probiotics out there. How do you know which one is the one we should take? That was a huge question of mine. I started researching it. I didn't know what chromium was. I didn't know what alpha lipoic acid was. I didn't know what any of that stuff was, even though I'm a nurse. We're not taught that in medical school. We're not taught about supplements. So I literally was just writing down all the ingredients. What does it do for our bodies? Because for me, that's what I wanted to know. How does this work? And it was right about that time where I was getting ready. I'm like, okay, this sounds great, because if 90% of our serotonin and our GABA and our dopamine is produced in our gut, I need this. Like, this is what I need to help me. Our immune system, like Egan was saying, right? I just thought, of course I'm going to get colds all the time because I work in the ER. I'm around sick people. I haven't been sick, you guys, in almost 3 years, literally not one cold. And so I was like, I need this, but I didn't. We just bought some property. We're planning on building a house. My husband and I had the financial talk of like, Barbie, you cannot be spending on any extra, strict budget, right? And I was like, oh, but I really want these. And he's like, why do you want to spend $100 on supplements? Like you don't need, that. And I'm like, I do, I think I need this. Well, if you get 3 people to join with you, Brooke told me, then you could get your supplements paid for. So I said to my husband, hey, my mom needs this. I know people that need this. Even though I didn't have my story, if everything that it was saying, and mind you, I was very skeptical in the beginning, and I was not building a business at all. Nope, wasn't going to do it. And, but I was like, well, I know my mom needs this. And one of my friends, he was wanting to lose weight. And I was like, Mike, I think this will work for you. And then lo and behold, Phyllis calls me up out of the blue and is like, I need a workout regimen. And I'm like, sister, you know what you need? You already work out. You need to try these products. And she's like, sign me up. So literally I signed up those 3 people all in the same day, just because I wanted to get my products paid for. I said, what do we have to lose, you guys? It's a 60-day money back guarantee. If this doesn't pan out, we'll get our money back. We have nothing to lose. From there, it exploded, went emerald within a year, and was able to stop working in the ER in December, and am doing Plexus full time. I surpassed my nursing income within that first year of being on the products. So 1 month in, I felt more energy. My second month, you guys, I added Vital Biome, this is what I really think made a big difference for me in my mood. Vital Biome is one of our probiotics. I started on the triplex because, of course, I needed to rid that candida, which did decrease my bloating, right? And yep, I had some die-off too. Like, I had silent but deadly gas for sure. Like, don't come around me. But my second month, so I felt more energy from the Slim. I know from balancing out my glucose, I felt more energy. But when I added in the Vital Biome, I felt the shift in my mood. And I felt just calmer. I felt like I didn't need, of course, I still like to exercise, but guys, I don't exercise like I used to. I don't need to burn that crazy because I'm not feeling that way anymore. I'm able to just, like, of course, I still get annoyed. I'm human. I get annoyed with my family at times, but I'm not like snapping on them and just feeling that kind of rage inside. Like, I feel peaceful. I feel calm. And my GI issues, like, I know it partly with this and with the Probio 5 because I got rid of that candida and healed up my gut and sealed up that leaky gut, that I wasn't having those food intolerances and I wasn't having to run to the bathroom after eating certain foods. So I really, like, if you guys don't, just quickly, just talking about probiotic, like the Vital Biome is flash frozen, just like our Probio 5, and it has an intrinsic coating on it, meaning we're gonna get all of the CFUs, all of that good bacteria, we're gonna get it in our gut. It's not gonna die in the acid of our stomach or the heat of our and moisture of our mouth like refrigerated ones. So in all my research about probiotics, Probio 5, there is none like it on the market that has that digestive enzyme blend to kill off that candida. And then the Vital Biome, it has 8 clinically proven strands that help with GI issues, that help with mood. It has a psychobiotic in it. So there's studies out there that show that this helps. So, and I am proof in the pudding, right? Like, I can 100% say that it's helped. So my husband, who had holly rot, which is a skin fungus, basically, we get here in Hawaii, dermatologist couldn't get it taken care of. With him being consistent, that's the key, you guys, because he wasn't consistent in the beginning, but when he was consistent, his skin cleared up. Like, all of his skin issues cleared up. My daughter, who was on Flonase and Claritin from the 4th grade because she was always having headaches, within 3 weeks of being on the triplex, she was off of her Flonase and Claritin. My other daughter, who was having to take Marilax, was now having normal digestion and bowel movements. Plus, we were constantly taking her, Skyla, to get warts burned off of her. She was always having warts, no more warts at all. Coral was she was my allergy one. She also was chronically getting canker sores. Like Phyllis was saying, like, no more canker sores either for her. So it was like, boom, my family, my immediate family, my mom, who has ulcerative colitis, was now in remission from having symptoms, again, because she sealed up that leaky gut. She's not having the food intolerances. So I just am so, like, passionate about these products. I love our company. I too was skeptical because it's a multi-level marketing. I had never been involved, but I can tell you this is the best place to be because we have such an amazing support system. It doesn't even matter if we're on each other's same teams. We just help each other. We coach each other. We want to see everybody succeed. And we are on the best team in the company by far. But I just love, like, how everybody supports each other and is here for each other. And so Phyllis, do you want me to talk about the other products real quick, like the weight loss management ones, or did you want to talk about the triplex first?
No, Egan got the triplex, but if you want to, you just cruise through Balance, Metaburn, and Block, and then anything about the lean, because I know your kids use the lean too.
Yeah. So I talked about the Vital Biome, which I love, and then the other one that is I really personally love is Metaburn. And Metaburn came out like maybe just a year or so ago. 2 years maybe at max. I don't even think so. But what's cool about this is that, and I think a lot of people experience this. So when I first started, I'm a year later, I'm feeling great, right? but I started to feel like I needed another pick-me-up. Like I think your body kind of gets used to it. My blood sugars were balanced, but there were days where I just needed some extra oomph, especially when I was working my 12-hour shifts. So I started taking the MetaBurn. So MetaBurn, it basically helps also. That's one of the things I like about it too, is that it helps with your mood. It does improve your mood. It gives you energy, but not like jitters. Like, so somebody like me who does have a background of anxiety, when you drink caffeinated drinks, it makes it worse. So, you know, and I think that was part of my problem too, is I was having Starbucks all the time, and I was just feeding that anxiety. I was feeding that unhealthy energy. So I love that MetaBurn. It has, again, all of our products are plant-based. All of our products are non-GMO, gluten-free. And I love that it just has those natural properties that give you energy. So, and it also helps with anxiety. It has a improved mental health with it. It also can help you, like if you have stubborn belly fat, especially around the belly, the hips, and the thighs. It helps you lose inches around that area. So again, all natural ingredients, and I personally take 2. I take 2 every morning with my Vital Biome. I do still love the taste of coffee, but I mostly drink decaffeinated coffee now. So just because I do still like that warm yumminess in the morning, but I just drink decaf, and I get the little from my MetaBurn. So I take 2 MetaBurn and I take 2 Vital Biome in the morning. You only want to start out with 1 and see how your body reacts to it, because everybody can react a little bit different. Some may only need 1. I personally take 2. And then Lean is one that we use every morning. My daughters drink this for breakfast. I drink it sometimes midday. We have vegan and we have whey. So I used to only buy the whey protein. I love it because it has 15 grams of protein in it, and it's all ultra pure, RBHG free, no hormones in it. It has isolate concentrates in it, and it has bioavailable methylated vitamins in it. And so I love that too. Again, all gluten-free, GMO-free, no growth hormones in it, no artificial colorings or sweeteners. It mixes really well in a blender bottle if you're like in a hurry, and you just put it with, we add ours, usually use almond. We have almond milk, mac nut milk, or coconut milk. I try to stay away from regular dairy milk, just because my daughters do battle acne. And so one of the reasons I switched over to the vegan wasn't because we're vegan, but because I was like, maybe the dairy was affecting them, because it is whey. And both of them are delicious. Both of them mix up really well. We went back to whey because I didn't notice a difference with their acne. It didn't make a difference. They just need to watch what they eat. And they're hormonal little girls, teenagers. But we use the chocolate. We put banana in peanut butter, and they have that in the morning for their breakfast. I love that it has the fiber in here as well. So it's really great first meal of the day. Yeah, so it's a really good way, especially if you do intermittent fasting, which I really encourage people to do for so many benefits as well. But this is a perfect one to break your fast too, because it is high in protein and it is high in fiber. The vegan or the vanilla, we usually just mix with like strawberries, and again, we usually use coconut water with this instead of the milk. But either way, they can just mix it straight up with not making it into a smoothie or making it into a smoothie. The vegan has 20 grams of protein in it, plant-based protein. So it's like pea rice protein in there. So yeah, it's like a full meal. 1 scoop is a snack, 2 scoops is a meal. Our company is so awesome. I love, love, love the fact that anytime you buy a bag of Lean, our company contributes 14 meals to Feeding America. So I think that's pretty darn awesome. Kids love them, mother approved. I like it too, but the kids definitely have it more than me. people that are trying to lose weight that are wanting to restrict their calories, and this is a perfect meal replacement. And then the balance, well, I don't have a bottle of Balance. I don't use Balance all the time. I used to use it like just occasionally, like for instance, Thanksgiving or like going out for pizza. So basically Balance is like, again, all natural ingredients, but the white kidney bean extract in there, it paralyzes the enzyme that prevents our body from storing unused carbs and sugars as fat. So it's going to, because it has like a glycemic proteins in there, it prevents, like, so when you eat carbs and you eat sugar, it's gonna block it. It's gonna also, when the foods that does go in, our gut bacteria can break it down, the digestion a lot slower. So you're basically not getting the spikes and you're not going up and down. It's perfect for diabetics too. But if you like, so for instance, when you eat a large meal, a large carb, or have a big dessert or things like that, sugars, it will block 48% of the unused carbs and sugars. So really awesome product, really good, again, like for diabetics, because it does help give that steady state of the glycemic index. In Balance and Block are very similar. I've done some research on like what the big difference is, and truthfully, and maybe Phyllis can answer it, in all of my studies in trying to go through why one is more than the other, they're very similar ingredients. So I've heard you can take both in the same day, but Block has the same thing. It has the white kidney bean extract in it. It has the common bean extract, which both of those basically paralyze amylase, which is the enzyme that is needed to convert sugars and carbs and storing them as fat. Cinnamon bark in there, which is great because it has polyphenols in it, and it helps balance out the endocrine system. And so they're both like, they just have all great natural ingredients in them, but bottom line is they help prevent the spikes and the crashes of when you eat a high carb or sugar diet. So perfect for, yes, cinnamon bark does reduce inflammation as well. And then the mulberry leaf extract, it's basically has a lot of special types of nitrogen containing sugars that inhibit, again, the enzyme in the small intestines, and it slows down. That's the one that's going to slow down and reduce the ability of our digestive enzymes and to break down simple sugars. Because remember, if you can't break down monosaccharides, then they can't be absorbed. So if you can't break the sugars down that way, then your body can't absorb it. So it's pretty amazing stuff. And I think that's it.
Yeah, thanks, babe. Yeah, so she's right. The Balance and Block, they complement each other. And same with Slim, complement. They don't compete. Block can be taken because it does have some brown seaweed extract, which is really good for people who have thyroid imbalances, right? So Balance is excellent for people with thyroid too. Same thing with Block. So you can take both for all of that. Because again, master hormone insulin is going to balance all your other hormones. Thyroid is one of them. So this is why so many people with thyroid imbalances have some great results with Plexus. Okay, I'm going to just hit the, we'll just talk briefly about our collagen. It is a multi-complex collagen. It has type 1 and type 3. So one of the types focuses on gut health, and the other one, gut health, like tendons, and so what am I trying to say? Connective tissues. There we go. Connective tissues plus the underneath structure of your skin. So skin, hair, and nails. So you're getting the bovine and you're getting the marine, which a lot of collagens, it's either one or the other. And each of those are just as expensive. So again, it takes two types to create one. We have one, and it's a cute little tiny scoop. I call it the Barbie scoop. Because I've had collagen where it's this ginormous scoop and you're supposed to put 2 scoops in your coffee. I'm like, ugh. But this is a really yummy, flavorless. It actually kind of has a vanilla scent. ever so slight vanilla scent. So you can put it in soups, coffee, water. I mix it with my Slim and Active in the morning. I have to talk about Active because my son uses this as a pre-workout. It allows your body to secrete nitric oxide, which dilates smooth muscle. So you're getting more oxygen flow to the brain, to the muscles. So you're getting great endurance, mental clarity. Barbie and I, our father-in-law uses it, and he says, I feel like I'm 25 again. Because again, oxygen to the brain, and he's older, he's 82 years old. So that mental clarity that you get from this with just a tiny bit of caffeine, and it's coming from yerba mate and green tea extract. So when you look at Bang and Red Bulls and all those things, there he is. Isn't he cute in his Plexus shirt? I know, he's our biggest fan. So anyway, he loves his this is an orange drink, and it tastes like mango peach, which I mix mine with my Hunger Control Slim in the morning, 2 scoops of collagen. It's like delicious. That's how I start my day. So I think we're good. We have X Factor Plus and Ease. We have some other great products that reduce inflammation, methylated multivitamins that feed the good gut bacteria. I don't methylate, so if I'm taking synthetic vitamins, I truly am excreting expensive pee and poop, but not with Plexus, and it makes me feel great. So that's the difference I noticed there. X Factor Plus, again, if you have thyroid imbalance, you want to take this because it's going to help with the conversion of your T3, T4. That's a whole nother conversation. Mega X is my favorite too, bedtime, because it helps with sleep. I was like, I think everybody has talked about tossing and turning in bed at night, having that little bit of anxiety, thinking about your next day, what's my list look like, and your head's just spinning. I sleep like a rock because I'm like, we don't sleep like babies because babies don't sleep. No offense, Emily. But babies just usually don't sleep, right? They're a little wakeful. I sleep like a corpse, actually. And that's been amazing because you want restorative sleep. That's good for brain health. So the trickle effect from Plexus is so preventative, and that's what makes my nurse heart happy, is we're not throwing Band-Aids at people here. This is like preventative, restorative health too. You'll see things that you currently have reverse themselves. So I say I'm aging backwards at 50. I'll be 51 on Friday. That to me is golden right there. It's priceless. Woo, woo. And she's a sleeper. Okay, hallelujah. Good for you. I'm going to wrap us up here, you guys, with the beautiful opportunities with Plexus right now. So until tomorrow, what's kind of a little deadline here, but tomorrow, April 30th at midnight East Coast time, Plexus is offering membership for $9.95. It's normally $39.95. I paid full price. I'm completely happy doing that. Didn't get a discount, totally fine with that. But the fact of the matter is it's $30 off. They're giving you 7 sticks of Slim in what we call our trial pack. That is normally $20 with tax and shipping. It's about $30. You're getting it for $9.95. And if you stop there, that's great. You can just try the Slim for $9.95. But it is enrolling you as an ambassador, so you can always grab that welcome pack in the next 30 days. Our welcome packs right now through tomorrow are discounted 10%. So instead of a $99 price, you're paying $89. Instead of $199, you're paying $179. Now these are already discounted welcome packs too. You're saving between $20 and $50, and then $50 and $100 on our bigger packs. So I always say grab the bigger pack because there's so much in it that it's like, why not get a few products for free to give it a try? And the way the way Plexus bundles things is brilliant. Okay, if you want immune system support, boom, we have a bundle for that. You want weight management, and I say management because like Barbie, she didn't need to lose weight. The Slim did not make her lose weight. In fact, she has a healthy weight gain story from the Plexus products. So yeah, I just call it weight management. You do what you need to do with it to find that healthy place. And let me see. And then we have our skincare, our consciously clean skincare. We talked about the Joyome and the collagen. Amazing, amazing, amazing. We have been featured in Allure magazine too, by the way, and Huffington Post, sorry, with our products as well. So it's cool. Plexus is out there. It's newer to California. So if you're our California people, you're like, what is Plexus? I haven't heard about it. You have a fresh market on your hands is what you have. So our program also, when you sign up as an ambassador, offers 15% back on your purchase over 100 points, or essentially about $100 each month. And you get perk points for free product, which every 2 to 3 years. Oh, there's Zoe. We got the baby brigade this morning. Hi. Oh my gosh, smiles. Anyway, yeah, so you get your free product every 2 to 3 months, which I love. Clicking redeem my perk points, because it just plops it on your order for next month. And you don't have to pay shipping or anything, because it just comes with your subscription. Right now, Plexus is offering an additional $100 for every 3 people you sign up. So you have the potential to make $325 up to $525, depending on which welcome pack you started with. If you start with a $199 welcome pack for yourself, 3 of your friends grab a $199 welcome pack, which again is $179 right now. You guys you're eligible for that $525 bonus. That's paying for your products for 2 to 3 months right there, buying a larger pack, or paying bills, or buying some toilet paper. I don't know. And then if you get 6 people right now before the end of the month, which I had a friend just 2 weeks ago, got 6 people in 48 hours, she earned $700, and she purchased a $99 welcome pack. That was $89. She signed up for that $995. And we did a Zoom call just like this with her friends and family, and they all signed up, and she earned that $700. And it was really important for her, because she truly, truly needed that money. So I love that Plexus gives back big, that we do have an opportunity. Should you want to work a business, it's right there ready to go for you. Like Barbie, she's like, I have no desire. But guess what? Barbie and I, within the first year of working Plexus, far exceeded our nursing incomes. And that's pretty exciting, because it allowed Barbie to retire. I'm right behind her. It's coming. And that's exciting to me, because I really like it when you find a passion, or you just want to, like, again, get your products paid for. We're here to help you do that, or whatever it is your heart's desire. There's a big gamut here, and Plexus is
And
your.
that's why, real quick, I just want to say, and you guys, that's like, I get it. Like, for people that say they don't want to do the business, I'm not that girl, all that stuff. I felt the exact same way. But when you start feeling good, and you can help friends and family around you feel good, of course you're going to want to share. So it shifted in me of like, oh, I'm not going to put this out here, to we all need to hear about this, whether you want to take the leap or not. But it's my duty to tell you, like, this possibility and this opportunity, because it is a really, really great opportunity. And we all want to feel good. We all can feel better. And we want our loved ones to feel the same.
Amen. I think with that, I'm going to just stop our recording.